famous Spanish chef. Well, you told me that's where they were. This one's for you, Mom.
Vicino alla porta Angelica.
Come si chiama?
L'osservatorio romano.
Deve entrare qui, a sinistra, dove sono le prende la via di Porta Angelica, dove sono i guardie di
Sistine Chapel up ahead. Thing's immense. Last Judgment. How you doing, Carol? Nuova Stazione, the new railroad station terminal. With the train to Potenza.
Dice che di sinistra.
Che è etichettato come...
Sì.
No, come destra.
The trains don't run anymore from Battipaglia to Potenza, so we're taking a bus up the mountain. We arrived about 8:20, a little bit later than we expected. Looks like we'll be climbing these mountains in the background. Pretty impressive. Well, Anna met us at the train station, right on time at 8:20. Actually, the bus stop. Hi, Anna. Say hi to my mother. Zia Maria.
Perché poi ha detto Michele, ma c'è venuto.
It's not on yet. Here it comes. Zia Giuseppe and tell them to say hi to my mother and father.
Right.
Uh-oh, we're running out of battery here. We got to get a new battery soon.
How could it be so bad?
Could have been using it all day. Everyone's so quiet. Say hello.
You can talk to this.
Traduci.
Sì, yeah.
No, ti guardate che deve riprendere.
Zia Gina, come stai?
Bene.
Prego.
Sto preparando la cena.
Anche pure quando la potuto sposare. E lui, io ricordo che venne, però ma che devo fare? Tu che mi consigli?
No, sempre...
Perché era proprio, aveva bisogno di consigli, papà.
Carol and I slept very nice in Gina and Giuseppe's bed. We wish they hadn't given up, but it was beautiful. Yes, nice music.
I'm in pyjama.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, look. This is your study?
Yes.
Buongiorno, zia Giuseppe.
Buongiorno a te. Buongiorno.
Let's see the panorama. This is a view looking out of the western side of the house. It's better, folks. Ah, there it is. Sun just came up about 15 minutes ago. On the hill to Potenza. Population 100,000. Visited by Il Papa exactly 1 year ago this week, for the first time ever by a pope. We saw Anna's tape last night about that. Yes?
Carol wants sugar in the tea or only lemon?
Lemon.
Only lemon, solo limone.
Solo limone.
And this is the panorama looking east toward Castelmezzano and the sun. On the balcony right off the kitchen. They're very high up here on the 5th floor, I think. This is the view out of the master bedroom. We also now understand who those relatives were that we met last night. The woman was Maria Paterno, the half-sister of Anna. And the man was Mimi, Domenico today, not Michaela,
That's for you.
who was the brother
Oh,
of...
thank you. You have been
Anthony.
so generous.
That's for you.
Oh, thanks, Anna.
Thank you. Thank you so
That's
much.
delicious bread.
Well, it's really very nice. You know what I'd be
Bauli la Colomba, special Easter bread with almonds. We had one for dessert and breakfast this morning. Delicious.
Balance. There I went to the high
The
school.
avocado.
Qui dove vanno a scuola.
I attended
Non si alla pitch.
this is Montereale Park.
Qua veniamo a passare i giorni.
Montreal Park. Via Mancini. The hospital. Zia Giuseppe was.
Cardoso Gizzolocca.
He worked.
This was
Worked here.
Zia Rocco's house.
That one is Provveditorato.
Zia Rocco worked in that building but lived in this area.
Tu non vai?
Ma allora mamma mia.
Single summer, it's very
Coming up
okay
to the,
because there is fresh air.
High point of Basilicata. Had snow on top of that mountain last week.
It's the country.
And where are they usually from?
Nice
It's a
panorama
touristic,
here of Potenza looking down the mountain.
Place of high quality.
Yes. Benvenuti Rifredo. This is Rifredo Church we just saw in the hotel, and his favorite getaway for weekends. About half an hour drive from Potenza up the hill.
Okay.
This is the view of the windows. The inside of the hotel. No, thank you.
Let's do that.
Too soon after breakfast, we're fine. We have a beautiful garden.
Windsor. They're on the road. Castelmezzano. Castle.
Oh, Corinne, sai, Corinne
Corinne,
sono tanto.
Uncle Rocco and Grandpa own land around here. Those are the Castelmezzano Mountains in the background.
Questa è Trevigna. Non puoi fare un passo.
La strada non è fuori.
Castelmezzano's on the other side of those mountains.
Non ce la faranno. Ci provi per
Yeah, but today he had a factory in this area. What was in the factory?
da qua tutto è questa vallata.
In this area there was the Uncle Rocco factory.
Oh, Morocco, too, yes.
La volta.
Right.
Castelmezzano.
Oh,
Mountains.
all right, yes.
Le rocce. Cosa vedi?
So, other mountains near it.
It's only a little
Big
part.
difference between these two roads. The new highway makes it about a 40-minute ride instead of a 3-hour ride from Potenza.
Village is Pietra Pertusa.
Here's the back of the mountains.
Pietra Pertusa. Paese.
Pretty high up here.
Tutte rocce. Dietro.
Si camminava con l'asino prima, con il ciuccio.
These mountains.
Oh, yeah. Rocks are practically straight up. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. We're arriving at the gallery now. This is the tunnel.
Solo nessuno.
Questo è l'angolo più caratteristico.
Paese.
That's my house.
Paese.
Left.
See the village.
On these mountains there is a chapel.
Questo vuoi?
A chapel.
A casa nostra è questa qua, la prima qua.
Io sulla casa no.
Che dovevamo io? Questo chiamo Fredo. Non chiama Fredo. Devo prendere un caffè. Questo è sempre la Raffaella. Devo prendere un caffè.
So this is Castelmezzano. Picture we've seen all these years. The photographs in living color.
Say something.
Oh, isn't this something? I hardly believe we finally made it, Carol, to Castelmezzano. You're a good sport to come up here with me up these mountains.
Well, I didn't climb.
That was quite a windy road.
Is it off?
I don't know. I can't tell. Dolomite Hotel.
Hotel, right? In a minute. Okay.
And then
This is Anna's house, right next to the Castelmezzano sign.
Okay.
on the mountain.
Okay, great, thanks.
So if you want to go...
Can we'll just take a little walk up there and come back.
This way.
Okay.
The other side of Anna's house is her trusty Fiat and Zia Pepino.
Door. What's this? Chickens? Yeah.
The old way and the new way. There's a tunnel that opens into the gallery as you enter the town. The photos on the other side of that mountain. That's the road we came around. Belle panorama.
I guess they, I'm serious, what are these people doing?
I don't know if they work in the market or work on the roads. Looks like it must be the church. Zia Francesca, Uncle Anthony's widow. I believe this is Zia Ricchetta's house, so we're going to have lunch at De Una. This is the village square next to the church that they're repairing. It'll be like a parking lot now. So heading around Zia and Ricchetta's house. The door to Zia Ricchetta's house? This is Zia Ricchetta's house?
So they need both.
Zia and Ricchetta.
Zia Ricchetta. Zia Ricchetta. Che bella fotografia. Zia Ricchetta, mi ripacca
Let's take a photograph.
Un po' 10 minuti a casa mia, qua come da Raffaele. La Virginia, è cresciuta la nonna.
Beautiful panorama out here. Mountains.
Andiamo a casa mia. Mi piace.
Looking back toward the plaza. This is from the balcony of Zia Ricchetta's house.
What do you want for lunch? Meat with the potatoes?
Yeah, we're going up to Theodora's house where Grandpa Today used to live. "44.
La casa dei nonni.
This was... This is your
Yes, grazie Theodora.
Come la con biscotti? Adesso è nuova. Prima house.
Yeah, I wish I
And
could.
they can't speak English.
Non ha voglia di
Here at
parlare,
Grandpa's
guarda.
house.
Problem.
Diego, porta la bottiglia.
Mi piace che mi
Ma
sembra una
mi
cosa
dispiace che
da
sta facendo almeno qualche giorno per noi.
Dad, Zia, Theodora here.
Ma lo tanto
Your mama and papa.
non abbiamo conosciuto.
Poi dopo vediamo.
The front of Grandpa Today's house.
Lui lavora in bagno. Però
view.
Ah, dove sta?
Però
His cousin Diego Casala, and this is his transportation. Zia Selena.
Cosa state a casa ma niente? Beh, siamo come poi torno. Loro non portano le ragazze, io me ne vengo un po' di allora, yeah, me and Francesca Vestano.
We're heading toward Grandma Scalzo's former house.
Prossimo, ah,
lei è la moglie.
è la moglie.
This is where Grandma Scalzo used to live.
Questa è la casa dove
Molto bello.
non è che mi hanno aggiustato un po', infatti. Mica non c'è potuto lavorare. Sì, ma poi
Ora hanno fatto un viaggio in Italia.
This was Grandma's view.
a casa mia erano.
Carol noticed a very interesting sign down here. Grandpa's name.
Grandfather Anthony.
Oh, okay.
Francesca Andotti.
No, a nonna proprio, a mamma, a mia di Scandoni.
Then he's
Compra todos son más ricos.
So everybody stayed in shape the last few centuries.
That's on me,
Yeah, you
This is Francesca's house.
Francesca.
mi metto in future.
View from Zia Francesca's house and Susanna's house. The two color roofs.
I say, what do you want?
They're retiring that church by the plaza. Uncle Anthony when he was
Antonio
young.
Taddei.
Now we're going to climb the mountain. Guess that hasn't been any climbing until now. Carol's leading the pack, waiting for everybody to catch up.
Now ready to faint.
You see how this village is carved into this rock mountain, which is even more than vertical.
See all the village.
Okay. Carol is afraid we're going to be climbing to the top of the mountain.
Oh my gosh. There's still more.
Still climbing and still going. Well, they're slowing down. That must be a good sign. Now, all you have to do is climb to the top of that, and we'll be done. This is the road we climbed up. And there's a super highway down there.
And then there
Goes to
was the
Metaponto.
Super street.
It goes to Metaponto, right?
Yes.
I don't believe it. They're really still climbing. It's an antique little cave shelter here. It's St. Mary's Church.
Right.
This view is breathtaking, Anna. Road leading to Castelmezzano.
Oh, this is my house, thank you.
Yes, I see that. Yes, with the two color roofs.
This Jerket house near the square. That's the chapel of Santa Maria.
And it says Jerketta's house. And Anna's house.
Those houses, if you bring in, furniture in or anything, it's you walk.
Yes, yes.
I wouldn't buy very much very often. I would not. It's your house is in a location.
I believe Jerketta, she's still there on the balcony waving?
Yes. She's.
There she is. About the middle of the building, right? The middle window. Now, these are the steps that Grandpa Lascalzo talked about. But Anna won't let us do this. They're getting a little worn out from the weather.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't have to do that. Of the ancient castle.
But there's an ancient castle in the spot.
This area is called the castle.
That's why it's Castelmezzano. It was a Norman castle. That probably explains the round archway. Probably 1,000 years old. Looks like it's pretty hard to get started for those steps. We're going to climb this thing, Carol.
It's like a cave.
Oh yeah, it's like a little cave. Let's see how they get started. First 20 feet look pretty difficult, don't they?
Frank, walk toward Anna, not toward me.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
It only goes back about 3 feet. Getting down is probably harder than... I think getting down might be more difficult than getting up. Ziraco grew up in this house. It's like even the telephone companies made it to Castelmezzano.
Can we go in there and buy, do you know what size you need for press cards?
The post office in Castelmezzano. Oh, the wine cellar, vino. Hey, that's a good picture.
A papà questo!
Okay.
Just had a delicious dinner here at Henrietta. And now we're going to see the inside of Anna's house and the view she has from her porch of the whole town. The kitchen. Bedrooms. The view out of the balcony from Anna's house. See the whole town.
Oh, he's still taking pictures.
That's the notch in the mountain where we had the hike earlier. And this is the steps to the very top, like Grandpa Lascalzo climbed. Looking further to the south is the town of Pietrapetosa, up on the top of the mountain. Gotta be kidding. This is supposed to be the back way out of Castelmezzano that Frank is showing us. The view of Pietrapetosa, neighboring town. Looking down on the village. Yes. Those unusual haystacks around the stick.
Yes, for the church you must come.
It's all downhill from here, folks.
Mica la ciuccia che s'affaccia, guarda, che tu tieni una cazzo punto.
Grandpa today's old factory, the property he used to farm. Still have a ways to go down this dirt road.
Fontana del Signore.
For this. Oh, it's okay.
Well, don't apologize.
It's not your fault at all.
There's a town up here in the mountains.
It's the last time. I fall.
It's just a little bumpy here. The town of Albano. Just keep moving now. I can make it. That's good. A digger. Water. Master.
This is your home?
It's Frank's home.
How was that trip?
Oi, meno male che è venuto a strada brutta. E dica. Dai, meno. La festa. Ah, grazie, ne sono andato, e poi quello non è mai venuto da qua, quando
Ma devono pigliare.
Di Maria and Michaela. Okay. Well, somehow we made it.
Driving on that.
We can say goodbye to Potenza. Well, we made the train. Hopefully it'll get to Rome tonight.
That is interesting to realize, to get a sense of what an organization they must have had in those side of the gate. Is the beginning of the famous Via Veneto, one of the most famous streets in Rome, mostly known by the tourists, since this is where we have the main hotels of Rome. Free time, just to enjoy the people.
They use for restoration. See, those are lighter.
First wall, second wall, third wall.
If you're wondering what
Some of the
happened to the
original
materials, because lots of blocks have been all taken away and used for other purposes. This was accomplished
in 8 years only. It means that there must have been a good organization. 2,000 years ago. But after Nero's time. Because you understand that if Rome would have been like this, never Rome had enough of wood to burn. So we figured.
Ready housing, bronze pits and all that. And only
50,000 people.
in the 1700s
What?
they started
Gladiators and executions.
to preserve this place. In the 1800s they started separation.
Place where the were fight between gladiators and
The aqueduct built just to have water to be distributed in. More than 230,000 seats.
Circus Maximus. Ben-Hur.
Well, you know, the horse and the chariot races were the type of sports that the Romans loved more than everything else. Now, imagine that word. Discrimination. You know, and later on, when the Emperor Constantine granted the freedom of worship, they were connected.
Part of the saints around the edge of the Vatican. Sistine Chapel is just off to the right. To get to it, we have to walk all around the building on Wednesday.
Mercenaries available in the 15th
Swiss guards.
16th century. Since in the Vatican we've always used Swiss mercenaries. And then we're going to go down at the end and look at the main part. To be able to go back right here to see as a lot. Since the tomb was at this level, they cut it off the top and then they flat this area. And all the materials they cut it off. Service, which I don't know when it's going to be. There is no way of moving them as good as we should. But anyway, standing over here, you have a better sense of how the church should have looked. Michelangelo could finish it without giving enough light to this part. That is the reason they made those windows, which honestly they are horrible. See, they had to try to become soft. They mix the color. Then they pull it and they make some threads. As these threads, which are sized and shaped differently, with many different shapes. See, one of the things that you have to be sensitive to, it's never
Bernini designed this 76-foot altar in his Moorish style. Tomb of St. Peter. Over here. And 27 altars here. Mass can be given.
Which was very highly.
The Via del Popolo, People's Square. We're going to head down Via del Corso. See the Fountain of Trevi and the Pantheon. The obelisk came from Egypt. Hello, Carol. Sitting by the fountain.
Everything, including Piazza di Spagna.
Huh.
Pantheon,
Yeah,
Fontana di Trevi.
we'll see it all. The real Pantheon. We were wrong before when we saw that other building. In the back of it. There's a little reconstruction going on inside the Pantheon here. To a church. Oh, they finally finally made it to Fontana Trevi.
E what is a stocco? This is dry.
Oh, smell the sea. Made it. This is Liberation Day in Italy, and it's very crowded today. 1945, I think, when Italy was liberated in World War II. Nice panorama of Naples. Heading out on the dock. Make sure you get the hydrofoils, which are free. So this is the hydrofoil. Prego, madame. Prego. These are the cliffs that Emperor Tiberius would send to accused criminals over the top. The road. Hotel up there.
Stay on board.
That's a tiny hole. Got a duck tone now.
Crank if I move another muscle.
It is. It's blue water. It's natural water. This is Mount Tiberio. Emperor Tiberius used to throw off his wives. Lemon tree.
Did you have the soul or did you have the chicken?
This is like an ancient castle. Okay. This is the village square. Free. We're going to meet by the cell tower at 3:30, so our landmark. Yeah, I'll do that in a second. This is Capri, and Auntie Capri is on the other side of that big mountain. towards Sorrento. This is Sorrento.
When the Amalfi was a republic, you know, before the unification.
Keep out here old speed bumps.
Promise. Well, now, before we starting, was founded, in fact, by the Uskans. So, pre-Roman civilization, 8th centuries BC, before Christ. But, you know, very Italy means the sea, the ocean, of the Etruscans. That's why here everything is historic. But it was only during the 1st century BC, before Christ, which Pompeii became a Roman colony, changing the name from Pempo or Pompe. That's the first name of Pompeii into, listen, because it's quite long.
Lava, like the Appian Way was.
The place where we are standing now used to be once the most important public building of Pompeii. The name of it is Basilica. Basilica. What's now the Basilica? Now the Basilica is but 2,000 years ago, the Basilica was not a king. It was just the tribunal, the court of justice. The etymology, in fact, is from the Greek Basileia, which means house of the king.
Used to be the stock exchange.
And the note how the Rome.
All right, do something.
Antonio was saying this was the top floor. This was due to the stock exchange back in the 1st century AD.
Did you get the top?
Still standing.
That's the view of Vesuvius from Pompeii. See Mount somewhat to the right.
Seen from Pompeii, Mount Vesuvius is divided into two different tops, two mountains. This one here, one mountain, 3 times higher than nowadays, more than 12,000 feet high. Practically was a giant. Closed by those columns, there is the main temple of Pompeii, whose name is Capitol, or Campidoglio. That's the temple
Capitolio.
of Jupiter.
Jupiter.
King of Rome.
The earthquake that happened 17 years before the eruption knocked down most of the tall towers.
Especially upwards.
Olive oil jars.
Which is done from the people of Pompeii. The people of Pompeii was a Now, we are not more American, but we are open. We say that we can compare because God wine by the warrior, by the grapes, and dedicated to it. But the period which covered Pompeii, which then hardened round the bodies, round the corpses, forming wood, forming an impression, isn't it? Which with the decomposition, when you marry, you can give you a rock. And not over the mind.
Stepping stones to avoid getting wet in the rainy days to cross from one side to the other. The chariots could still drive through. An example of the repair job from the first earthquake of 62 AD. Romans invented bricks in 40 AD, so that's how we can tell. Mosaic indicates that the owner was probably a sailor. That was the anchoring into the waves of the ocean.
Is visible. And that's the main avenue of Pompeii, the one leading down the forum. Here we have the two larger. Is a farm.
Fishermen.
Over there, we have the view of the outside of this villa. Look. The place we have today.
25,000 people live in this town.
In fact, I will tell you something once in the next. Standing inside the Roman house. About 80% of this house is original of 20th century city. We find 2 cubicles. One each door, because if there were any on the stone boxes, on the money chest that we have outside of aboard the belly chambers.
Each of the Betty brothers had their own strong boxes. Gardens and replanted with the same kind of flowers that existed 2,000 years ago.
It is completely painted by the red. This is the famous red of our Pompeii, which nowadays it is not possible to reproduce because you withdraw the frescoes.
Serving the woman. Lemons, what we found in Sorrento, and for eating, not for juice.
Yeah, they did.
Are these sour like lemons?
No, they are sweet. Here you put some sugar on top, you slice, you take off with the skin and you slice.
This mountain supposed to be Mussolini's profile.
Plus, we are in the region of the Tiber River.
Tiber River is down there.
The agriculture here is...
The Umbria region is also famous for olive oil and wine.
You know, and he took all these English wounded soldiers, you know. He did.
Some view. We had the corner room up here. This ancient medieval fortress. Bedroom view, and this is the view out the bathroom. And some panorama, as Anna Platona would say. And back again toward the view we get from our bedroom. St. Francis of Assisi. Where it is to the Basilica. Up to the top of the basilica.
the architecture. To protect him from relic collectors. Died in 1226. Machado frescoes. The birth of Christ.
Starting first on the side wall with the Annunciation.
St. Francis got the wounds.
Different things. Okay, there are halos around. Halos around.
St. Mary's is the town of Assisi that got leveled during the war. And it was a cement factory?
That's where they get the
No, it's Fubiolo, the birthplace of the Tiber River. About 8 years ago. There's the Tiber River.
It's a package. Over here, yes.
Like Iowa here, they grow on wheat and corn.
You like it?
This is Fiume Po. The Po River is the largest river in Italy. Starts in Torino, Stresa, in the Alps.
This is the Po River here, the Po River. We're going to pass later on the second largest one, which is called the Adige River. A-D-I-G-E. Adige. All this marble statue all around the square. It's that one on the left-hand side there. That is a St. Anthony Basilica, which we have to go all around now. We're going to drive you as a far.
Right, right. I know what you're saying. Oh, it's faster though.
Also known as Padua, where the Basilica of St. Anthony is. It really came from Portugal, not Italy. Okay, I'll bear it in. Looks like a Giotto style picture. Oh, there's a lot of gold here.
Where did they say 1981?
Moment you will see the lagoon of Venice, reach 3 kilometers. And just for you to have an idea, all the islands of Venice, when they start, because this is a place who started in 800 after Christ, right?
Piazza Roma.
Our hotel is not far, but the thing is we have too many hand luggage that we need a taxi, don't we? Right. So, you know, I'm gonna...
That's version of a taxi, isn't it?
You know what he's looking for, all right. I'll tell you, I like the way when we did the Parliament.
Just in case, okay? I mean, we're supposed supposed to walk by? What do we walk, you know? We don't this like a joke. That's right. Lucky. How about that, huh?
Just one bag.
Yeah, and you can see a little bit if you don't fall out.
Good idea. Yeah, this is great. All the traffic on the canal.
You're not right in this. It is. I mean, it's right.
That building is certainly very interesting. It looks very well lit at night.
It's all right.
They're also colorful. These cost about $25,000 each. The intricate carvings on these statues, colors, incredible. Towards the Dutch Tower. St. Mark's Church. The Venetians smuggled the body of St. Mark at that basket with pork, covering it.
It took only 30.
4 is 9 centuries old. St. Mark's sarcophagus is under the main altar. Oh, the 2 Moors of fight has just stopped. He's playing the bell.
The other one is supposed to strike again, but I say
He's done all his work. He's used to be gilded like the top. 2 Moors fighting. LCH is in Propriatura Square. Two pinkish columns is where they showed the address the people and named the guys who were being sentenced. A little more.
Used cars in New York.
We knew it.
How could I know? Local million. Finishing up a clown right now. As soon as he finishes this one, he's going to show us how we blow glass. Okay?
Woman.
Yeah, I'm going to show here that's mixed in with methane gas, and that's the way we get that temperature. Before that, in Venice, they used blowers, bellows, you know, wooden coal burning ovens, and the glass had more soda to favor the fusing of the material. So
all antique glass, the first glass, was all murky, bubbly, constantly or continuously because it's semi-liquid. And if you don't, the glass will lose up into the bar. I'll pass it on to my guy over here. See how it's transparent? But as it cools down, the color sets in, and it becomes white.
Blowing air into the ground.
See how the white came into it? Almost magic, right? When he's finished blowing the piece, when he's happy with the shape that it's made, he's going to that's the base of the vase, so the base of the rod. And then it goes back into the oven for two reasons. The first and most obvious reason is that to shape glass must be soft. And of course that means hot. We're going to heat up a portion of the flour as we want to shape. The second and less obvious reason is that while working glass, if it cools too quickly, the abrupt change in temperature will produce a thermal shock within it, causing it to burst or crack. And we're going to see a flare here proportion of the flour, just like pottery, or revolving in a place, or almost like pottery, because if you use your fingers, you can only make 2 bottles per year. And then he's going to add a couple of handles. Handles are added to a flower vase as we add them to coffee cups. They have a glass is snipped up as strategic points of the flower vase, and then he pinches them in tape. Maria. This technique was born in Venice and is the technique that represents Venice. In other words, it represents 10 centuries of tradition here. Now, we're going to see another piece being made. It's going to take them about a minute and a minute and a half. And I turn that on if I were you because those next to the 4 years out. When he raises the barn, he uses the law of fluid to his advantage. Now the mane. As he stopped the rod to shape the mane, does stomach shape. Now the front legs. Just one and then the other.
Oh my God.
Now, depending on how much glass he drew from the oven, that's important now. Is it going to make a mare or a stallion?
I don't understand that.
I'll explain it to you later. Hind leg, that's a mare. Now he's going to sit even dry up glass. Now he's going to stick the tools and use the cutters to shape the tail. Going to lay the horse down on the side and cut it off. If everything was done properly with a few side adjustments, the horse would stand up right away. If not, we shoot the damn thing. Less than a minute to make, over 15 years of apprenticeship with glass to master this technique. Okay?
Oh, that's very incredible. So it's pretty sweet here. The leaves just coming out. We're heading toward the beach. Okay, made it to the beach. Nice, huh, Carol? Beautiful here. So we forgot our bathing suits. Let's put the music when we had, Carol. This is the famous Ponte Lealta. The Lealta Bridge was the first bridge built across the Grand Canal. Last look at Venice here.
You see, we are in Venice. The lagoon, Venetia, the real name of Venezia is Venetia in Latin, which means come back, you.
Two-story version of a Coliseum.
Same thing, like the Colosseum. It is around the building 111 after Christ. Okay? The Colosseum was 72 AD after Christ. In each arch, these are Italy.
The home of Juliet, from Romeo and Juliet.
This is the original building, started from this corner.
In the balcony. Giulietta. One vest is worn off. Another view of the city gates of Verona.
Over the piazzale, you know, he got the villa right over tree, you know, this lake. You see, look at the lovely place here, look. Don't you think it's nice? Look. You see the funicular? Look on the right.
Some flags. Crossing into Switzerland now.
With the lake of Lugano. You see this mountain here? If you see on the map, it looks like between the three. That is Campione.
Lugano. Switzerland. This is Lake Lugano.
Let me take this.
Yeah, we're walking. Nice azaleas, Mother. Not bad for the foothills of the Alps. Lilacs, too. If we walk around this lake, we'll see the snow-capped Alps.
Water's kind of cold down there, Carl. I guess it's fetched from all the melting snow from the mountains back there in the Alps. It's the Italian Alps. They speak Italian. And there's the German Alps and then the French Alps.
But they had good fondue.
They had good fondue here. Yeah, we didn't try the schnitzels.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, there is. Like the Dolomites from Castelmezzano here.
She did try.
This is a view from across the street of our hotel. Might be in the 40s here. Well, maybe 50 with heavy winds, but beautiful. Okay, this is our hotel, right across the street from the lake. Like a lakeside view. This is the Central Railway Station in Milan, built by Mussolini in 1939. It looks like a museum.
All around buildings here, they were all, you know, bombed up. Because Milan, but they have too because of the Germans, you see. This building, nobody knows the end of Leonardo da Vinci body, you see. So we're going to go through now the door, Victory building, which also was made by Mussolini. You can see, you know, you can see the gate, the front gate. They are very tall. Umberto I, you know, that galleria that I told you inside, the beautiful shops, lovely.
Oh. A little excitement here, folks. Just had my wallet lifted, but we got it back right away. Two little urchin girls here. So I grabbed one with each hand. Wait.
I'm shaking. Look at
The floors like they have in Venice.
Even Michelangelo used to come here. Michelangelo died when he was 89 years of age.
Marble.
Until the last moment. To the Leaning Tower. So we will enter the dome of the cathedral, and nearby is the baptistry. But we go slowly.
Take it again, don't get the stop sign in front of you. That was good.
The flash didn't go off the second time.
That darn thing's leaning. That's just a big old.
You did good.
In my picture, the way I'm standing, it'll probably look straight up.
That means the famous Leaning Tower of Pisa has never been straight.
14 feet out from
The
line.
tower was already leaning 5 years later than the year of the beginning. That's why Bonanno Pisano, the first architect, left first. He left the piece as well, in great hurry. You can imagine why. Because I mean,
Oh, these gargoyles are so cool. Everyone's different.
and look at the Baptist, it's leaning to the right.
He's also leaning.
The other churches. I'm so sorry, I know that you are so disappointed about, because you have to leave in about half an hour, so you have no time to visit all the churches. Are you disappointed?
Yes,
No, yes,
absolutely.
okay. After you don't think of visiting one of the oldest one ever found in Italy, in Rome, but not. They are ancient carols.
Such these special spots here are being for sure. This is why
No, it's not
certain parts of the store are polished.
No, was not born in Florence. You have to say that. It was only a mistake. 44, all the cemetery was important by bomb. If you remember, somebody was clear about the two windows inside the church. And the church...
And decent people, they want back the body of Galileo Galilei, and Florentine they don't want to give. There always been a war between Florence, Siena, and Pisa.
Yes, nice panorama of Florence.
In there you have the cathedral and Giotto Bell Tower, and the other bell tower is the City Hall Tower. The Holy Cross Church, and this is the statue of on the beginning of the century. Here we are at the terrace, look up.
Synagogue.
I'm not going to take it, thank you. That one's enough.
It's not bad.
Arno River. Our hotel is just across the Arno River from Michelangelo Square. About a half a mile from Ponte Vecchio.
called the Red Rail. And some of the major sites we're going to see today. Rio Como.
And Florida State.
We're going to see it tomorrow, where David is.
They like to go.
But it's closed for May Day. Incredible.
Between 1 and 5:30. If you haven't done it yet, don't miss it. The entrance will be on the other side, and you'll see the old
Bounty is the most famous Florentine baptized in this baptistry. This is a sphere-old copy of the original Ghiberti gate. 800 million lira of gold used. The original inside the church, the museum. The gates of paradise. Ghiberti on the right and his son on the left, self-portrait. There's more rubbings, like the son of Caesar.
Solid, precise, and concise information about that small, little tiny thing. You want the name of it. Once again, remember, even the church, flower and wino. Don't forget how Florence and flowers are synonyms. So Saint was appointed as master. That overwhelming project was a little bit too much of a challenge for a painter, so Giotto, very wise, built the belfry. The beautiful, sleek, in 2 years, it was like a nuclear war.
Black plague.
I mean, 60% of Florentine population died. And of course, that affected, the construction of a building.
We're going in now. Wooden doors in here.
From work between tide and wind, but also see once again the difference. Okay, the ornate outside and the very plain inside, and just about the the characteristics of this church. Which is unlike many things in this beautiful country, it works. If you want to know more about it, you go to find out how the clock works. But let's realize how the building is works. That museum is, down by that open door.
That's a cool park of all, man.
That is the museum of Galileo. Dante is some crowd of Dante. I mean, everybody usually likes to listen to Florence and Chicago, which are all the time, remember? And that was especially good for Dante. So we made that, we have a monument, we have a play that you lay up, as well as Tuscany and Italy.
Palazzo Vecchio.
Aspetta il principale.
And now to the city hall of Florence, the city council,
Palazzo Vecchio is now the City Hall of Florence. Another copy of David.
Little by little, in the past centuries, the square became Botticelli, Da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael. And remember, our 70% of their paintings, have been collected by the Medici family,
for about 3 centuries. And first, that because of the
Neptune.
having Neptune,
Talking about the first equestrian statues being seen.
City Hall, and then the attention and city copy of David. Now remember, tomorrow you see the original. So when you see the original, remember how the original David was right there until 1 century ago. Okay? 1 century ago, after 3 centuries, remember,
The original was here from 1505 to 1871. See how dirty this 100-year-old copy is? That's why they had to move the original inside.
This is David, but you don't forget the political. Where you see original is the same. Left, you see the persons, holding the head of the
Final look here is at the country. Getting back toward the Duomo. We don't know if we can go in the bell tower. We're going to try. You made it to the top, Carol.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let's climb that, Carol.
Right.
There are people up there. Oh, they must have some view.
Ah, what a panorama. There's the Croce. Palazzo Vecchio. That was the western view. This is the northern view. Looking at the baptistry. Okay, and this is the eastern view. Good idea. There's another Pietà of Michelangelo, unfinished. Duce. Saint Cedar. Giovanni Battista. The bones. Muslim architecture there. Santa Maria Novella. Gothic with the one of our illustrious relatives, for example, today find is having an art exhibit here in Florence this week. Walked about 1.5 miles from the hotel.
Then I'm leaving because, of course, to be with you.
Enjoy being with you.
Thanks. Bye, Peggy. The statue was in the block of marble. He just freed it, released it by chipping away the excess pieces. The place to the Scalzo, that little purple dot on the upper side, it was there and no one knew where it was. This is the Palazzo Medici.
Facade, which Michelangelo also designed, is comprised of 3 doors. It sounds like
300 AD, one of the oldest churches of Florence.
It was consecrated.
But
that copy of David. I'm not sure we're going to get in here.
14. Probably good.
Good. Botticelli. Half shell. Right string. Annunciation. Adoration of the Magi. On a river. And crew. This is the Ponte Vecchio. Well, it seems a little shorter now. One last look at the Ponte Vecchio. But we saw yesterday, Carol, the sun was behind it. It was looking west. So North American continent. I recognize this is Cape Cod. No untouched down there. There we go. Back to New York. Saving time.
Want me to take a snapshot? It's still for you, Frank. Frank, what are you?
Everybody knows about Michelangelo's Pietà, but not everybody knows about his Today Madonna. The Today Madonna was commissioned by Francesco Today and done by Michelangelo and is now in the Royal Academy in London.
A lot of people always traveled and slept until 12 and then did a little sightseeing, went out at night.
What do you want to do?
Happy Mother's Day, guys.
Thank you. Karen.
Oh, Karen. Well, we made it to Hamden. This is Jim's apartment. Just had the rehearsal dinner and everything went very smoothly. Congratulations, Cheryl.